What's up, everybody? Disco Demonic Hydrophonic. So today I'm going to talk about some stuff. First thing I want to talk about is the concept of eternity. So a while back I saw this video, and it talked about what eternity means, and I really liked the video. It really vibed with me, and it was talking about how eternity is this moment you have here and now. So like this is eternity, and then a few seconds later, however much time that passes, you're alive, you're around, then you're being alive, you're thinking, conscious, whatever, at that moment, then that is your eternity. The eternity is this moment and constantly happening, constantly moving whatever direction it is. So this is your eternity. This ties in with mindfulness and the Buddhist philosophy. So mindfulness is like, you're always being mindful of this moment. And basically, there's this Buddhist saying that I came across. I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically, it says to live in the past causes depression. To live in the future causes anxiety. So you want to live in the moment. It's ideal to live in the moment. Now, there's living in the moment can be viewed as bad, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about that is, like, so there's two different aspects, two different sides of that coin. So like, let's say that if you're always thinking about the future. You're always thinking about, okay, you got to bust your ass, you got to work. So you're considering retirement always, right? So if you're always thinking about like that, and let's say you work for 20 years, 15, whatever, however many years, and then you end up dying before you get a chance to take advantage or have fun of this time of relaxing that you're always thinking about. Then basically you wasted all that time just constantly working, so you didn't really live a life. You know what I'm saying? But let's say again that if you want to live in the moment, and you think that means to just spend every dime that you get, to just do whatever the fuck you want, to go out whenever you want to without any consideration for the future at all, you're going to end up homeless or in prison or like a drug addict or alcoholic or something like that, right? So there is definitely something different to that. Like that's not what it means. So being in the moment means like going throughout your responsibilities and everything. That's one aspect. These are carnal, these are mundane responsibilities that we have. But if you want to live in an apartment or have somewhere to fucking eat, you know what I'm saying, or have some food to eat, so there's these things you must consider. But you can still live in the moment while you're doing that, you know what I'm saying? And it actually makes life less stressful when you do these things. So that's what eternity is. And this ties into actually what I believe as far as like time and space is an illusion. So time and space being an illusion, this eternity, like this concept of eternity ties into that. So I thought that was really cool. Like I believe that time and space are an illusion. I've worked on people in Europe. I've worked on people in Canada. I've worked on people in Mexico. I've worked on people like as far as energy work, distance energy work. I've done all of this with people, different parts of the world, different parts of the country, and I've had great results. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, I definitely do not I believe that time and space are definitely an illusion. This whole reality, and we can go into all that. Like this whole reality is basically an illusion. So, but whatever. But it's a illusion that we must live. That has certain rules that we must live by in order to exist in this illusion. I know that sounds kind of weird, and I'm not going to get into all that. Anyways, so when you're in meditation, you can use this concept. This should help you get into meditation. So this mentality that this eternity is now, you don't think about what if somebody knocks on the door. You don't think about what if blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You're just being. It's easier to get into that mindset. However, you still want to prepare. So like if you got kids, tell them don't bother daddy or mommy for the next 30 minutes, or have your partner, take care of the kids for a little while or whatever. If you want to get into a meditation, whatever technique or process that you use is cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's obviously something, because we live in this mundane world, on this mundane plane, that we still must adhere to these rules, But when you get into meditation, consider the concept of eternity and being your own eternity. This moment, when you're in this eternity, I've actually been able to like travel to different places, which, some of you might know is like astral travel. So you can travel to different places when you're in your own eternity. because time and space being the illusion, you can do whatever the fuck you want to, and you can develop this, and it's pretty fucking cool. So I recommend developing this. I won't go into the meditation I had today, so I'm trying to stay on point. This is good stuff. All right, so whenever, let's say you're in meditation. Now I'm going to go into like aspects of the shadow. Whenever you're having like memories that keep popping up in your meditations, particularly when you're working on shadow work, because on shadow work you're actually seeking this stuff. Sometimes in meditation or in your dreams, let's say if you keep on having the same dreams over and over and over again, things that you need, there's things that need your attention and things that you need to like consider, right? So like recently for me, I was having this memory, something that happened to me when I was younger, and it was something that I was able to forgive the other people for, and I thought to forgive myself for, but this memory kept popping up, and I was just like, why does this memory keep popping up if I have healed this, right? So obviously I had not healed this correctly. And basically what I came up with is I was thinking of, I was basically coming up with excuses as to, well, you know, blah, 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 this has happened, or this has happened. So you also want to watch that. Don't just come up with excuses and think it's forgiveness. Actually work through it until you feel the forgiveness happening. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel the release and you feel the let go. And sometimes this happens in steps. Sometimes you'll let go a certain degree, and then it'll come up later. Then you need to let go a little bit more, you know. So just keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Just keep working. It's all for the best. So what happened to me is I came across. I just said, okay, what's going on? Basically to myself, what's going on? What do I need to do? Because I had this memory that kept on popping up during my meditations, and what do I need to do to fix this? And so I was like, okay, I was ready to go in. So as soon as I made that decision, okay, what do I need to do in order to fix this? Not in a frustrated way, but like in an accepting way. Then, this is going to sound kind of weird, but I came across this movie that I never would have considered before, and I was like, fuck it. I watched the movie. I'm not going to promote any movies, but it was a pretty cool movie. I might watch it again later today. I don't know. But there was this one part in the movie. The whole movie was cool. I liked it, and it was basically the whole movie kind of helped me see things in a different way. There's this part where he's talking about this guy. He's talking to his sister, and he's saying that remember when Dad used to tell us that, okay, let's say there's a guy named Jimmy. Jimmy was like this bully. He was like this jock asshole in school, and he always picked on him and stuff like that. Well, Dad used to tell us that this is his peak. He's peaking in high school. After this, he's going to go downhill. And then he's going to have a shitty job. He's going to end up living in a trailer somewhere, and this and this and that. And, you know, nobody's going to love him, or what, he's probably be an alcoholic or whatever. And then, but you're going to peak after high school. So after high school, he's like, that's when everything's going to get better and all this kind of stuff. And then he told his sister, but you know what? After high school, things didn't get better. He realized, he said that he also peaked in high school. But he lived with this mentality thinking that things were always going to get better, and then when it never did, it just kind of, everything else kind of fell apart because everything was based upon this. So I think he even said that he looked up the guy, and the guy was actually doing pretty good in life. He had a pretty good job. He had a beautiful wife, and some kids, and it's like, but this guy's supposed to have a shitty life. I still don't have any of that. You know, I don't have a partner. I don't have this and this and that. So basically, what this showed me is that everybody's got their shit that they have to deal with, whether they let you see it or not. So I tried to come up with like a little like mantra or saying that I could remember, but basically what I came up with was this: it's like when we judge ourselves when we judge our deeper selves based upon the masks that people present to us, we're always going to fail in that light. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to, like, people put up the front. We have different personalities. Now, I've talked about their different personalities before, I think. So we have our personality when we're alone, which is our real personality. Our personality around like a partner, a personality at work. We all have these different personalities. Basically, we have multiple personalities. But we are aware of them. You know, we're not insane to where like one isn't taking over the other one. And if you're like that, I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult you, but basically that's it. We all have our personalities and they integrate and whatever, you know. So people put on this front, like they make you think that there's a certain kind of way, and some people work really hard at this, and they go into social media, they post pictures of them with their families or whatever, they make themselves look like everything's beautiful, you know, but behind the scenes everything can be shit. Everybody has their own shit that they're dealing with. Nobody has a fucking perfect life without a bunch of fucking work, you know. And this is constant work. This is why it's called the great work, because you're always working. It's not something that you don't do like a weekend meditation fucking trip and then all of a sudden everything is just beautiful and then now life's great and then everything. That's not how it fucking works. You know, life is continuous, so work is continuous, so your healing is continuous, you know. You're having to interact with a bunch of different energies, and so you have to integrate those and figure out well this and that, you know. So it's always something that's going to be going on. So don't judge yourself, like your deeper aspects of yourself, because that's whenever you're going to process them on a deeper level based upon the shit that people put on their social media profiles or whatever, or the masks that people show you. And that's what I learned, and actually I was able to release that. I was like, you know what, man, everybody has fucked up shit, you know. Everybody does. So I was able to let go of that. So it's almost as if like everything that was holding inside was released back into the cosmos or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, share with your friends. If you hate this video, share with your enemies. Take it easy.